Okay, we are here live. Hello, sorry for the late start. My schedule, unfortunately, is a little too late lately, but it is what it is. So we're here late. Hang on, I'm just pulling this up here. Oops, just pulling this up here. Sonic says, welcome to episode 473. Hello, sorry for the... Okay. Yeah. My schedule is just late. It'll eventually get earlier, but... Yeah, for the West Coast people, it's not so bad. But for the East Coast people, it's 10:26. But good to see everyone. Hey, Sarah's moderating. Melissa McQueen is moderating. AJ. We have Cherry Cola is here. April Coco is here. Gigi, Rascally Rabbit. Rascally Rabbit says it's way too early. Tony Del Monte. Did I get Lizzie moderating? I hope I did. Schaff is here. April Coco. Darren Markley, Dave Moss, Jenny Lassiter, Jacob Dillon, Kimberly Barr, Darth Tater, Madison, Brad, Cherry Cola. Why did Brad's message get deleted? Oh, I think I know why. I think I see why. I see what happened here. I see what happened. No bringing news into the chat. That's what Sarah said. That's a rule. Michelle Lee is here. Winter Night is here. Jennifer Tower, King Harsh, Kristen J. Jake from State Farm is here. Black Wind. Mason Clark, Patty, Wendy Nuts, and Lisa Remo, The Prosy. Arizona Jumper, Grass Valley Greg. Winter Night, Eric Sandra, MSU, Kiwi, Wendy Lincoln. Kenneth Colton. Oh, Kenneth's feeling a little better. That's good. Kenneth is feeling a little better. Sharon Williams is here. Paul Truen is here. Dallas Alice. Holly Ann 71. She said my daughter tested positive with an at-home test today. I hope she's feeling okay. Eamon Fred is here. MSU Kiwi is here. Michelle Lee. Isaiah's granny is here. From Southern California. Blake Robinson. Polly is here. Hello, Polly. Letting people join the chat here before we start for real. Queen of the South, that's so nice of you. I've done nothing at all. I've done nothing except start late so far. Hey, thank you, Queen of the South. That's so nice of you. Queen of the South. Wow. So nice of Queen of the South. What can I say? Very nice of her. Gossamer is here. Abraham is here. Joseph is here. Linda Belk is also modding. Oh, thank you, Tony. Tony, I'll check your channel in a bit. That's very nice of you, Tony. I appreciate that. Tony Del Monte, thank you. We'll check out his channel in a second. Oh, Lisa Remo is recovering from COVID. I didn't realize that. Lisa said she's in her day 10 of recovery. Fox2319 is here. My schedule is so late that it feels like it's 4 p.m. to me. It's really it all started with that when I covered the protests in Kazakhstan, and we did a stream from like 4 a.m. to noon. That started it all, because then I went to bed in the afternoon and I slept until the evening, and it really just, once I did that once, it totally messed up my schedule, and now it's been messed up ever since then. That messed up everything. Lisa said she's recovering. Lisa and Kenneth are both recovering. Zamfam is here. She's trying. Dean Martin is here from West Virginia. Lisa and Kenneth, if either of you want to call in and update the viewers about how your recovery is going, it might be interesting to hear, but you should certainly feel under no compulsion to. Canadian Girl Forever is here. Carlos Rosa says his brother, wife, and their 2 sons have COVID. His brother, his wife, and their 2 sons have COVID. Cynthia Martinez is here. King Harsh says, I tested positive last week, but the results from PCR came back like 7 days later. Beth says, my sister is on day 4, has a mild case, will go back to work Tuesday. I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, it's just how many people either have it or know people or have it. It's like everyone. Jenny Lassiter is still recovering from 15 days ago. Wow. The Shine Machine is here. Oh, Jake said he had his makeup Christmas with his family. It was nice, but not the same. When I go back to Boston, I'm gonna have makeup birthday with my mom. The Prosy says, me, my 2 sons, and daughter-in-law are all positive. It's like everyone has it. The only reason I don't have it, I think, if I might have had it before, who knows? But if I don't, the only reason I don't is because I stay home all day. Leela is here from Ireland. It's late there in Ireland. Holly Ann 71 says, my daughter's having mild symptoms. Everybody has it. or knows somebody who does. I mean, look at the chat. Pickled Grammar has not caught it yet. Lizzie said, we had it super mildly. No one tested positive because I did not want to wait 3 hours, but pretty sure we had it. I know people who've had it. I mean, like people I know from not the channel. Mimi is here. Sarah says her daughter's going back to in-person school stuff or in-person work, so she's going to end up getting it. Spider Fish says, I'm on day 7 and had only a runny nose. My partner had the same. We're both double vaxxed and boosted. Well, I'm glad you're boosted. Rita says, I'm telling everybody to stay away from me. Good to see you, Rita. Keith Cersei is here. Connie says, I had it. I just tested negative. Well, that's good. Michelle Lee says, my neighbor's sister can't smell or taste, and it's been 5 months. She has long COVID. That's not good. Hey, thank you, Hetty. Oh, thanks, Hetty. I love the sticker with lemon and green thing. Thanks, Hetty. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I haven't done anything yet. Ugh. Joseph, I'm timing you out because not only are you posting news, Joseph, and saying, did you hear about this? You're posting news that's not an emergency. And I already posted about it on my Twitter. If you just checked my Twitter, you'd know I knew about it. So now you're timed out. By the way, Edward Kim has been timed out, has been suspended for a week. That's why you don't see Edward. He's suspended for a week because he was not being respectful to people in the chat. So he gets one more chance if he wants it. That's it. Next is permaban. If he breaks the rules again, he's going to get permanently banned. I didn't want to do it, but I had to. Talk to the mods about it. We had to do it. Ami Ganilia Suwali is here. Hello. Abhinav Dubal is here. Blue Bayou is here. Abraham is here. Had to do it last night. Terry, it happened last night. There's a chapter last night. If you want to see when it happened, hey, I'm putting chapters on the videos, guys. I mean, you can go back and watch. Any of the videos. Look, last night. Go to the video. Look, if you go to the timeline, look what happens. It's all the chapters. It tells you what happens. So if you want to see Edward, go to the Edward chapter. Oh, so now you can't see it. Go to the Edward chapter. See, it says Edward. I put these on all the videos to make it easier for you. I don't do it for me because I already know what's in the video. I've already done the video. I've been in the video. I do it for you. See, all the chapters are there. That's for you. So you can go back and see. Sonic says, my crystal ball predicts a permanent ban. Sorry, just being honest. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I agree with you. I hope he doesn't get permanently banned. I hope he can come back and behave himself. I like having him here, but yeah, he got his own chapter. Well, I mean, I just wanted it to, in case I knew people might want to see it. There's not much to see. Dizzle Dog is here. Sharon Solomon is here. Carlos Rosa. I said Carlos already. Shaft likes the chapters. I'm glad. Callie Voltaire is here. Bob Messina is here. The Shine Machine says, my husband has been tested for COVID 7 times and each time he's negative. I have been tested 3 times. I've been negative. People around us test positive. All right. So we are here live. It is Sunday night. I hope everyone's had a decent weekend, wherever you are. Jeff says the chapters are very helpful. Jeff, huh? Yeah, I mean, that way you can kind of pick and choose what parts of the videos you want to watch. If you have a little time to catch up, you can pick and choose them. That's why I do it. Stand for Truth is here. Pad Gadocious is here. Doesn't take Sabrina Twist doesn't take that long. It takes about 15 minutes after the broadcast to add them. Can sometimes help in the streams though. Sometimes when we want to go find something, it makes it a lot. Like if I need to go find something, it makes it easier for me to find it. Winter Night is here. Tom Cruzy is here. See, Tom Cruzy likes the chapters. Yeah, if you miss a stream, it makes it much easier to catch up on stuff. Jacob Dillon is here. Callie Voltaire likes the chapters too. Should have done it before. I just started doing it a couple months ago. Neeby is here. Hello, Neeby. Tammy Land says, I can't see the chapters on my phone. Oh, surely you can see it on your phone. I don't believe you. I'm going to go to the YouTube app on my phone right now. Surely they appear. Surely they appear. I'm looking at last night's. Hold on. That's today's. I'm going to look at last night's. Last night's stream. Hold on a second. Hang on. Huh. Hang on. It should be in the description. Where's the video description here? It's right in the video description. If you look at the video description, I'm on my phone, I'm reading the video description for last night. All the chapters are right there. They don't show up on the timeline of your phone, but they're right in the description. So you got to like press an arrow or something to get the description. But I just looked on my phone. They're all in the description. Arizona Jumper says they show on her phone. Chapters are not there for Saturday night? Yes, they are. I just checked. They're literally there. Tom Cruzy is here. Tom Cruzy. Linda Gordon is here. Jake knew the ad that played. Parker Henry is here. Time to Feed the Fish is here. Jake says the Invisalign ad is about how to be disrespectful to women. There's an ad that bothered me. What's the ad? There's some ad that's bothering me lately. I just saw it today, and it was really, what is it? I saw it a couple hours ago, if I'm remembering right. Yes, it's those. I think it's the Allstate ads where people get into accidents. So the idea it's the Allstate ads with the guy in the suit, and it's like the idea is like of these ads is like you do really something stupid and you cause an awful accident, and then the ad is like, do you want this to get covered by your insurance? Well, then go with Allstate. So like today, the one I saw is like a guy's driving in his car. And the guy in the suit's like, I'm your French fries, you want to eat me? Then the guy, like, finally is like, he's driving his car and he turns completely around to get the French fries. And of course, he crashes the car. And then at the end, it's like, hey, do you want this to get covered? Well, if you don't have Allstate, it might not be covered. Well, first of all, so Allstate covers it if I'm driving my car and it's purely my fault. If I reach for my French fries, and that causes a giant accident and totals my own car. So I guess maybe that your insurance covers it, but wouldn't Allstate like raise my rates? Wouldn't my rates go way up if the police report said that I caused the accident through my negligence? And there's another one. It's the weirdest thing. It's like when I think of insurance, I don't think like, oh, I really want an insurance company that's going to cover all the stupid accidents that I personally caused from being an idiot. It's the weirdest thing. All the ads are like that. April Coca says, are they encouraging bad behavior? I don't know. It's so odd. Oh, by the way, Sonic says chapters show up in mobile on timeline if you go full screen. Mine are not. Oh, maybe it is. I'm looking at last night's Sonic, and I don't see the chapters on my timeline, but I do see the chapters on my phone, but I do see them in my description. I don't know. I do not know. I only looked at last night's Sonic. Didn't look like they were there. Hold on. Now I'm talking about two things at once. Yeah, I don't see them from last night on my phone. But I believe they're on your phone. Let's see here. Tony says he has Allstate for rental insurance. Ernie says Mayhem is in the first John Wick. Is that Allstate person a movie character? Is that true or not? Oh, it is. Dean Winter's Mayhem character? I didn't even know that was a character. I never knew this before. I thought it was just for the commercial. See Fox News. Allstate to revive Dean Winter's Mayhem character. Oops. Where'd the picture go? There he is. I had no idea this is from a movie. Or it's not from a movie? Allstate is reviving a popular character from its commercials. Well, this says the commercials. This doesn't say a movie. This says it's just from the commercials. It's from a movie? Can someone give me a fair answer here? Not the actor, the character. I know the actor's been in other things. I'm talking about the character. It's not really interesting that the actor's been in other things. Oh, I thought you meant the character itself was from another thing. Oh. So I guess the character wasn't in another thing. Rita says Mayhem is a character. Mr. Mayhem is a character made for the commercials. But again, I don't understand the commercials are all about you being an idiot and you causing an accident to your own stuff and then wanting it to be covered. Yeah, April Coco says it's encouraging bad behavior. It in no way like it's like the guy today causes a dangerous accident because he reaches for his fries, and then they never criticize the guy. It's just like, well, this should be covered. Then everybody's premiums go up. You know, if Allstate is constantly paying out for stupid accidents that people do themselves by like reaching for their fries when they're driving, everybody's premiums go up because the money's got to come from somewhere. It's really ridiculous. These ads are driving me crazy. It's like I mean, I look at that ad and I'm saying, well, I guess Allstate rates must be higher because Allstate markets themselves to idiots who do negligent stuff and cause lots of damage that they need to be reimbursed for. That would suggest to me that Allstate would have higher rates because they're insuring a much higher risk pool of people. The ads are really confusing. Anyways, that's my thought on that. April Coco says, I have the gecko insurance. He's responsible. I need to watch all the Mayhem ads to get it? Why? I can't get the ad? Somehow, when I see the ad and it's about a guy who reaches for his fries and crashes the car and Mayhem says, don't you want this to be covered? I have to watch another ad now? I can't just look at that ad, it's self-contained, and say that's confusing? And that's a weird message to be sending? A couple of people say they don't like the Gronk USA ads like Sonic and somebody and Mason Clark. I think those ads are very effective because I think it's something that it's an institution, whatever that is. I don't know if it's a company, but maybe a nonprofit or whatever. But nobody normally thinks about it. I think it's whether you like it or not. I think it draws attention to that program and it makes it look like the message is, oh, this is something that people who can't be in it want to have. So, I mean, at least it gets the word out, whether or not you like watching it or not. You're right, Worm. Farmers does have the other guy that was on Oz. Two Oz people in big insurance ads. Rita, what are you saying? Rita says, some of the mayhem things are things that happen to you from other people doing bad things. Meaning accidents are just that, accidents. I mean, the last two ads I've seen with mayhem are people doing stupid stuff themselves. That's the last two I've seen. She says, plus they reward you the longer you go with their wreck, but if you do something that's human and accidental, they'll cover you. I don't think when the person reaches for their fries while driving and stops looking at the road, that's not just human and accidental. That's stupid and negligent. It's dangerous and negligent and possibly deadly. And that person probably shouldn't be driving if they're going to do that. And if they hit somebody, they'd probably go to jail and then successfully be sued for all their money. April Coco says, I guess they're targeting the bad drivers that can't get insured by their companies. They're targeting negligent people. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they've done market research and they think that there's a market that the best people to target are negligent people. Maybe they pay higher premiums. They might want that. Rita says statistically most accidents are because of driver distraction, especially phones. Well, but I think it's weird to be sending a message like, oh, don't you want this covered? Rather than don't do this. Pagadocious says, oh, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. Blake Robinson has never used his car insurance. I've only used mine a couple times over the years. One time was when a tire came off a truck on the highway and hit in the front of my car. Like it didn't hit me. It was a broken tire. A tire broke on a truck, and either the whole thing or part of it came down the road and smashed in the front of my car. That was like 5 years ago. Dented it. It was scary. I mean, people get killed. People get killed like that. People get killed when tires come off of cars. Rita says distracted driving is not only the leading cause of car accidents, but it's also true for trucks. The ads are simply saying that they are not cut rate insurance and you will be covered no matter what happens. I don't know. I don't want to choose I don't really care if an insurance company is covering me when I do something negligent and idiotic, because I'm not going to do those things. But I might be wrong. Maybe a lot of people are like, oh, I do stupid, negligent things, so I'd rather it get covered. I understand what you're saying. I just feel like it's a very weird message to be putting out there. Okay, anyways, so that ad's been bothering me. Okay, now Sing Neon is here. Sing Neon is here. Oh, look at this. Internet connectivity has been restored in Kazakhstan for the first time. Look at this. Wow. NetBlocks. Internet connectivity has been significantly restored in Kazakhstan for the first time since Wednesday's near-total telecoms blackout. It is unclear whether the restoration will be sustained. They keep briefly turning it on. This is the first time they've really restored everything. That's from NetBlocks. Nicole, good luck in your new job. Oh, did I miss a donation from Winter Night? Oops, hold on. Hang on, Winter Night. Oh, thank you, Winter Night. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Bushiba sticker. The laughing Shiba dog. Hey, thank you, Winter Night, and thanks everybody for reminding me. I appreciate it, Winter Night. Thank you. Sarah, I don't think this is for a speech. Thank you, Winter Night. Very nice of you. The Shine Machine says, me and my husband slid on an icy bridge in our car last night. Scary. That's not good. Evil Lan is here, or Evil Ian. Evil Ian is here. Org 3D is here. Sammy Boy is here. Now I'm drinking cold water. Hang on one moment. Hang on one moment. Oh, I see what I'm doing here. I think what happened is, I mean, they like keeping it off so people can't report on what's going on, but it really hurts the economy not having it on. I mean, people use it to like pay for stuff. People use the internet. There's like a cash shortage, and people can't pay with like their credit cards and stuff, and their debit cards. So it just like prevents lots of businesses from functioning. All right, I think it's time for us to do another edition. This is Sonic's favorite segment. Why I didn't cover it. Why I didn't cover it. Sunday edition. It's everyone's favorite segment. Why I didn't cover it. April Coco likes this segment. Mr. Long Island just repeated the name of the stream with 4 question marks. Fahrenheit is here. Art Norman Jr. author is here. Lord Zed Carbon Forms. I like to explain sometimes, Rita. Sonic says maybe 2 stories today. Yes. 2 stories today. Hey, thanks to our mods. Melissa McQueen, Sarah, Lizzie, Linda Belk, AJ. Thank you, mods. TWF Me says, just in time for why didn't I cover it? There have been several stories the last couple of days that were like close, but just not quite there. You know, people just, I don't understand. How hard is it for people to follow the rules? How hard is it for people to follow the rules? I just don't understand. It's unbelievable. Lizzie says we have the whole modding crew. Okay, it is time for why I didn't cover it. Or why didn't I cover it? I don't know. What is the name? Is it Why Didn't I Cover It or Why I Didn't Cover It? I think it's Why I Didn't Cover It. That's what it is. Kenro is here. Why I Didn't Cover It. Story 1. Yeah, Polly says that's the next t-shirt. Why I Didn't Cover It t-shirt. Mike Wicker is here. Oh, before I do that, let's just peek at Tony's channel and see his new songs. Tony has new songs on his channel. So we'll take a quick look at Tony's YouTube channel. Tony Del Monte. His new songs are all I songs. I Had Too Much to Dream. I Want to Be a Cowboy. I Want You to Want Me. I'm on Fire. Oh, there's a fire engine or something. Jolene. Tony did a Jolene cover. In the End by Linkin Park. You can see those on Tony's channel. I think there was like a car accident or something. I keep hearing the sirens. Let me check. Look up Orlando active police calls. My guess is it might have been a car accident. That would explain the number of them. But give me one moment and I'll look. Active police calls. Yes, there was an accident, but that was an hour ago. An accident with injuries, but that was an hour ago. Oh, there was a drunk driver, but that was a half hour ago. I don't know that was an accident. There's a suspicious person call. Okay. I'm looking up here. 45 minutes ago, medical emergency. There was some sirens a little while ago, but there was a traffic accident about 45 minutes ago, not too far from here, it says. So, I don't know. Ooh, Sammy Boy suggested Tony do I Want to Be Sedated. King Harsh says, I'm on fire and there are fire sirens in the background. That's a sign I got to check out Tony's channel. Bright Star is here. Hello, Bright Star. Okay, here is, let's do why I didn't cover it. The first story on why I didn't cover it is the sad news about Bob Saget, who died. He was actually in Orlando when he died. He was 65 and he died. It's not clear how. The police say it doesn't look to be drugs or foul play, which makes you think either it's natural. I mean, two other possibilities are natural causes or he took his own life. I don't know. I have no idea. But, so we'll have to, I'm guessing we'll hear more from the police on that. But it's very sad. He was only 65 years old. He was on the middle of a stand-up tour. So I don't love covering when people die, like a famous person dies. It's like, I don't like to do it just to do it. So I'll cover it if it's, you can imagine sometimes people pass away and it's just there's such ramifications. Like if a world leader were to pass away, that can have really important ramifications. So that can, be so important that you need to cover it. And then there's also times when the circumstances of a famous person dying, like it's in weird circumstances or something, that might make it feel like something I would want to stream about. Then also there's ones where I just know about the person. Sometimes people pass away who might not be the most famous person, but I know a lot about them and I feel like I can actually talk about them. Someone like Bob Saget had a lot of fans, certainly, and he's famous. I'm not super familiar with his work. I've seen him on some things, but it's at a certain point, it just feels like I'm just on to read famous people's tweets about it or something. There's not. I mean, there's not really much to talk about in terms of the circumstances. So it's just not. It just feels kind of weird. So it was the same thing with. It's just these things come up once in a while. So it either. Again, there's got to be like another reason besides it's a famous person and they died to cover it. There can be various things, but I just didn't feel like I wasn't going to add anything by covering it. I didn't have much to report on, and I'm not like a big Bob Saget expert. Why not a tribute at least? Because I'm not a tribute channel, because I'm a news channel. By the way, Tony says he knew him. I'm very sorry, Tony, if you did know him. Yeah, I mean, people have a lot of nice things to say about him. So I certainly, as I said on Twitter, condolences to his family. It's terrible, 65 years old. But my channel is not a tribute channel. My channel is a news channel. So I covered news stories. So, that's why I didn't cover it. It's just, it's weird too, because I don't want to, it's easy to be seen if you cover something. If you start covering something when somebody dies, you don't want to be seen as like, oh, you're just like trying to get viewers because somebody died. And if I'm just going on the air and I don't really have any news to report and I'm not even that familiar with the person, that's kind of what it feels like. At a certain point, it's got to, there's certain cases where I think it's appropriate for us to do a stream, and I sometimes do, but sometimes I don't. Oh, hold on a second here. I got to just check this news notification. Okay. News notification. Just checking something here. Okay. And a few weeks ago, I covered a story where a rapper was killed, who was a successful rapper. But it wasn't just that he died. It was also like it was a weird circumstance where he got murdered. And so there was a whole story about that, So that was more kind of to report. Yeah, exactly. Like Polly mentions Neil Peart. I covered Neil Peart from Rush because I'm a huge fan of his. So that's why I wanted to cover it. Why didn't I cover Bishop Desmond Tutu's death? Again, it's like I don't cover every time a person dies. Bishop Tutu was not a current world leader at the time. So there's got to be a specific reason for me to do it, and that didn't meet one of the reasons. I stopped when I covered people dying. I ultimately have stopped. I don't even accept super chats when I cover people dying. If the story is like this person died, like that's literally the story, this person died, I turn off monetization. I turn off the super chats. So, because I don't even want to accept donations when I cover it. Because it just feels weird. Yeah, I covered the singer in Brazil who died in the plane crash because she was like one of the biggest stars in Brazil, and it was a plane accident, and it was newsworthy in those senses. But I don't cover every single celebrity who dies. It's very sad. I post about it on Twitter. I just don't do a stream about it. So that's why I didn't cover that. So very sad though. I'm interested. I mean, I don't know why he died. Only 65. So that's that one. It was the same with Betty White too. when Betty, I mean, I know a lot of people care about Betty White. I certainly have enjoyed seeing her work myself, but I wasn't going to be like, hey, I'm covering Betty White dying. Let's do the agenda-free TV stream about it. There wasn't that much to report, and so I didn't cover that either. I never really watched Full House. Maybe if I had grown up watching Full House, I would have been much more familiar with him and decided to cover it. I mean, everybody has certain things they watch and they're familiar with. Okay, Environmental Coffee House is here. Zombie Carrots is here. Marzelle said she nearly passed away 15 years ago from breast cancer. I'm glad you did not. Hey, thanks, Tony, by the way. I appreciate that, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Tony says he has almost 1,500 songs up on his channel from 10 months of recording. That's his channel, Tony Del Monte. Good work. All right, now the next story this is a two-part why I didn't cover it. The second one's the fire in the Bronx. Now here's what happened with the fire in the Bronx. The fire in the Bronx, there's a couple things to this. First of all, my sleep pattern is really weird lately. Ever since 5 days ago, when I stayed up till like afternoon to cover the protests in Kazakhstan. My sleep schedule's been very screwed up. So the Bronx fire, when I heard about it today, but it was not burning that long. The firefighters got there 3 minutes after they were called about it. By the time I found out about it, the situation kind of had already happened. And the first reports that came in said like a certain number of people got hurt. So, it wasn't, by the time I found out about it, it wasn't really anything for me to stream about. I mean, I could literally go on the air and say, this many people got injured. That's not really a live stream. Now, that fire, the way I would have covered that fire is and also remember, nothing about the fire is that the fire itself didn't engulf the whole building. Actually, the fire itself only was on a couple of the floors of the building. The huge problem was the smoke, for whatever reason. Now, I know the person's door was open, but there's probably other reasons. The smoke spread throughout the building in a very uncommon way. So most of the injuries, most of the casualties were from smoke inhalation. So the way I would have covered that story was if I'd heard about it early enough, and I don't even know if this is true, there would have had to have been scanner traffic which was really descriptive about what was going on. Because from the outside, it was a fire. You didn't even see that much. I mean, you saw flames on the second and third floor and some smoke coming out of the upper floors, but it wasn't like the whole thing was ablaze. So it's just, in terms of me doing a stream on it, just a fire in an apartment building, I don't cover every fire in an apartment building. And at the time, it wasn't clear how many people had died. I mean, that didn't get announced several hours after. So the way that would have been covered is if I had caught it early enough and I had heard on the scanner stuff that was newsworthy enough, then I would have covered it. And I haven't gone back to listen to the scanner replay, so I don't even know what was on the scanner from this fire. I don't know. So it's just, there's got to be something for me to be able to present and for some kind of information that I can actually be helpful in reporting on. And I don't know. So if I happen to have woken up or seen it at the exact right time it happened, and if the scanner had enough information on it, I probably would have covered it. But those are the two big ifs. I don't know what the scanner traffic was like. But I don't cover every big most fires I don't cover. There's got to be some kind of compelling thing compelling reason to cover it. Ken says, same with the Philadelphia fire. Well, that fire, it's like, 7 or 8 people died or something? I forget. No, 12, 13 people died. But that story, the fire was over when that news got out. So I don't go back and cover after the fact the fire. So, it's that's what happened with it. So again, I don't know. I don't know what the scanner was like on it for that fire. Madison said they said people were jumping out of windows. Yeah, I heard those reports, but there's no I think they meant maybe people on lower floors or something. I've not heard a single report of anybody in that fire who got hurt because they jumped out of a 10th story window. No, I haven't heard any of that. So, it's a significant story. It's just in terms of what we covered. I wasn't sitting there ignoring it while it was happening. Hours are weird. It's sometimes you wake up at whatever time and you've missed a story. Sometimes you're up late at night and a story happens. The Surfside building collapse, I think I heard about around 2 a.m. or something. So you might say, well, why don't you get up at a certain time each day? I understand what you're saying, but there's also stuff that happens at night. I covered the Kazakhstan protests, which was a crazy story, which I thought was really important. The main stuff happened between 4 a.m. and noon. So if I was getting up, if my schedule was 9 to 5 every day, I wouldn't have been able to cover that. I would have been asleep for that. So it just you catch things and you miss things. Usually I don't sleep, 7 hours straight or something. I usually sleep a few hours at a time, and I'm checking when I wake up. So, but sometimes there's things you just don't catch at the right time. But I don't even know what the scanner was like for that. I don't know. But there's been a bunch of stories like that the last few days, where it felt just didn't feel quite right to do a stream on it. Sabrina Twist found the AFTV from the Surfside collapse. That was terrible. But I've said, as I always say, if the news is big enough, I'll be on the air 24 hours a day, because I want to cover. When there's big news, I want to cover it as much as possible. So I'm not sitting here trying to not cover news. It's got to be right for the channel. Hey, Art Norman Jr. was here. All right, let me go back and check some of the comments here. Worm, for dinner I had chicken and rice. The same as usual, chicken and rice. Thanks for your kind words, Bright Star. Blake Robinson is here. Hey, Fabulegs is here. We had Fabulegs on a couple nights ago. Good to see you, Fabulegs. I wore my underwear last night. It was great. And I've been sleeping on my pillowcase. Erica the pharmacist is here too. Oh, a quick thank you to Gringo. Gringo, that's so nice of you. Thanks, Gringo, for all your support. Gringo from Mexico City. Really appreciate all of Gringo's support. Thank you, Gringo. I hope you are well in Mexico City. Rita says, Bob Saget was my TV dad. And so was Alan Thicke. Yeah, I think for certain people, they grew up watching, was it Full House? And like, he was like a huge part of their lives. I've done this thing. Hold on a second here. Hang on a second here. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I'm looking at. I'm going to tell you in a second. If I can find it here. Okay. I'll tell you in a moment what I'm looking at. Here it is. I see. So I usually check, I think a bunch of you do this. A lot of times I'll check the scanners and just see if there's any kind of thing like a lot of people are listening to on the scanners. But I found an app that will actually send you, like if there's a notable news thing that happens. Well, I'm trying this app. It'll send you a little alert saying like, oh, this is on the scanner. The thing is though, like a lot of the alerts it sends are not like huge news, like they're big local stories. Like there's one it just sent out. There's a fire at this plastics plant, which is not something I would normally cover, right? So I'm trying the app out to see, like, is it going to be useful because I hear about the stuff sooner than I would just by manually checking it on my computer, or is it going to be annoying because it keeps giving me these updates about stories that I'm never going to cover? So I don't know. When I was checking my phone there, I just tried it today, and I'm seeing what it's sending me, but it was like about a local fire in Texas, not something I would cover. So I'm just trying it out. Sharon says her vaccinated 15-year-old granddaughter has COVID. Well, hopefully, the vaccine should at least help her, not have too serious symptoms. So I hope she's feeling okay. Cindy, the app is called, what's it called? Scanner Radio. It's a popular app called Scanner Radio. Scanner Radio. But again, I'm just trying it today. So once in a while it says something. I'll see if I like it. Athletics is here. My pillowcase is very comfy. Yeah, see, Sonic just posted a link to the actual scanner feed. Well, not a link. He posted the name of it. Hey, Sean TV is here. It's possibly real Sean TV. Eddie uses that app. Emily Andrews uses that app. There you go. Is there an app that gives you breaking news as soon as they break? Well, that's a complex question because, one person's breaking news is not another's breaking news. So I'm guessing there might be apps that like alert you when there's a headline or something, but I don't have anything like that. I usually check pretty frequently. This is, the pillowcase. This is the Fabulex pillowcase. Oh, hey, Sean has confirmed We have confirmed Real Sean TV. Sean does this thing where he sends me 1 cent on Strike. Sean's been a very generous supporter, by the way. But he sends me also 1 cent on Strike, and I know that it's him. So that is the Real Sean TV is here. This is a great pillowcase. I've used it 2 nights in a row now. It's wonderful. But they're out of stock. They're out of stock until March. Emily says I have the Citizen app for alerts. I've never used the Citizen app. Yes, Sean has cryptographically, right? Proven it's him. Does anybody else have the Citizen app? How does that work? I've used Citizen online. I've never used the app. But what kind of notifications do you get from the app? Because I don't want to get overwhelmed with local news notifications. You know, you want to... Then there's too many notifications. No, Sammy, I use another site online to do the scanner. I just don't... Scanner Radio is one app. There's a bunch of different sites and apps that let you listen to scanners. Just that's not the one. And by the way, that's not one... That's only for like phone and stuff. Sonic says it's not possible for one app to really give you cutting-edge breaking news. You have to use multiple sources for different types of news. I agree with Sonic there. But Citizen reports about local news, and they relay Citizen reports about news in different cities. And I know of Citizen, and I sometimes use the site. I don't use the app. Rita says, I look at the big cities. But yeah, I guess maybe Lizzie says the app basically tells you if anything major nearby, alerts for nearby fire shootings. Yeah, like the problem, maybe I'll try it. The problem is I feel like I might end up getting a lot of stuff that I don't need. Scanner Radio app is just for iPhone and Android. In theory, you can run it on a computer by downloading an emulator, which lets you run apps. Yeah, Sonic has a bunch of different types of scanners and different types of news. Me too. I mean, I have a bunch of different news sources as well. Gringo likes Google News. Tammy says you can set it belief to how many listeners there are. Well, that's Scanner Radio, but how about... Well, it depends on the kind of notice you want. But I don't know about Citizen. Derek says Citizen focuses on public safety incidents. Yeah, I mean, I might try the Citizen app and see. It doesn't take me long to download it. It's very easy to download something and delete it, so I might try it and see. Sammy says he got an alert from the fire from the Scanner Radio app. Well, I know there are a lot of people listening on the scanner, but I don't know what exactly the scanner was saying when it first came out because I haven't gone back to listen to it. Sonic says there are a lot of leads that end up being non-stories. Yeah, I mean, pretty much every Scanner Radio alert I've got today for me is not something that I would cover. So anyways, I'll check out the Citizen one. Yeah, Broadcastify, is good for scanner stuff. They don't send you alerts, though. So like Sonic said, you kind of have to, use a bunch of different ways of getting informed. Okay, so we covered We covered why I didn't cover it. We did that. I haven't seen Salon Girl. I still have to open Salon Girl's letter. Okay. Speaking of news, let me just do a quick news check here. One moment, please. By the way, so I think a very big story that you're going to hear about, and hardly anyone is covering it. I think I'm the first one who posted about it today, by the way. That's what I think. I think I'm the first one who posted about it today. But is the spread of Omicron in China. Now you might be like, what's the big deal with that? So in the last 2 days, China has admitted having Omicron there in 2 different cities. They had never admitted having Omicron there before. And why this is important is China has a zero COVID policy, and they've basically been going to extreme measures to not have any COVID cases. So they'll lock down a city if the city has 50 COVID cases. The thing is, Omicron spreads so fast, and it's now in 2 cities, which makes me think it's in a lot of cities there, and there's probably way more cases, that it seems that either they're going to have to totally change the way they approach COVID, or they're going to have to lock down the entire country. But I think I was the first, because I saw this myself on Chinese social media. I didn't see anybody else posting about I just saw somebody right now post about the 2 new cases in Anyang, but I already posted about that. That's the thing I'm saying. That's the thing I'm saying I posted about, the 2 new cases in Anyang. But this could be a really big deal. If China locks down their whole country, that could have big economic effects on the world. Also, I don't know how it's going to affect the Olympics. Also, it's a really big deal for China because they've been really treating this whole thing one way. Lockdowns, test millions and millions of people all at once to keep any cases from happening. I don't think you're going to be able to do that with Omicron. So I think this is a huge story that you're going to be hearing more about. And nobody's really talking about it right now because a lot of times they wait for things to talk about them, major news outlets, but this is a huge story. Yeah, Rita says the Winter Olympics start in 3 weeks in Beijing. And the city where the first 2 Omicron cases were, which is Tianjin, is a city where a lot of people commute between there and Beijing. So my guess is that there's already Omicron in Beijing. And you've seen what happens with Omicron cases. They just go crazy up. Oh, and another reason this is a big story is in China, a lot of people in China have not been exposed to the virus. So they don't have any immunity from having gotten the virus before. And also, the Chinese vaccines, there's evidence that they don't work very well in Omicron. So China, because they've been so strict about this, has been spared a lot of what other countries have gone through, but it's possible with Omicron, they won't be. So it's a really big deal that you're not hearing really about right now. So I think you're going to be hearing more about that. And I'm covering it. I could eventually do a stream on what's going on in China, but we'll see. Right. As Marzell says, I mean, I don't really look. There could be more cases there than they actually say. When I look at China's numbers, I don't look at so much at the absolute numbers. The fact that they even admitted having any Omicron cases is significant, because before they hadn't admitted having any of them. Then yesterday they said 2 in one city, and then today they said 2 in another city. So it's going to be a big. It's going to be a big deal there. I think it's going to be a very big deal. Yeah, Sean, it's thought that maybe Omicron might not be as lethal. The problem is so many more people get it that you can still have a lot of people get sick and die because so many people get it. But China it could be a really big deal for China, because it's possible that the tactics that China has used so far, whatever you think of them, the pretty extreme tactics they've been using will just not work with Omicron. And then what do? They also have their big Chinese New Year's coming up soon. That's a big travel holiday. It's going to affect that. But it's a really big story, I think. So just a heads up. I've been, when I'm not covering stuff, I tend to do a lot of like news reading. So one benefit, we haven't been on the air on Agenda Free TV in like 4 or 5 days, but I've been kind of researching other stuff. So I've gotten a little better at figuring out where to find the China information. There's certain things I had to figure out where to go and how to do it and stuff. But that's been one benefit of not being on as much the last few days, is I've gotten a little more proficient and figured out places where to get the China information, which I think will be very helpful in the future when I cover information from China. So, there's stuff you do when you're not on the air which can help you when you have to cover stuff. I also think China might face a big problem, because if they start trying to lock down a lot of cities, a lot of people are going to be very unhappy there. Hey, Baby Shark is here. Wow. Baby Shark hasn't been here in a while. Good to see Baby Shark. How have you been, Baby Shark? I got to message Chris Lund. We haven't seen Chris Lund in a little while. I got to message him. See how he's doing. But Baby Shark is here. Unless it's fake Baby Shark. It might be fake Baby Shark. I don't know. We'll see. Sean suggested a couple people on YouTube. I'll write them down, Sean. I know Chris sometimes gets busy. I'll message Chris after this. Lefty's Right Witch is here. Baby Shark says, just got busy with work and school. Good to see you. D. Buzek said Taco Bell ran out of food yesterday until they get more from the warehouse. This is in southwest Oklahoma. I did not know about that. I didn't know. Oh, Sean said those 2 people he watches both lived in China and married Chinese women and then had to flee to the States because the government didn't like them making YouTube videos. I could understand that. Certainly. Yeah, Mark is taking a break. I got to message Mark again, too. I miss Mark, too. Okay, let's see here. One moment, please. One moment, please. Okay, we did that. We did that. When is the exact start date of the Olympics? See Michelle Sparks. I will tell him if I speak to him. No, I haven't spoken to him in a little while. I'm gonna send him a message after this. Winter Olympics starts February 4th, I believe. February 4th, as Rita says. So that's in less than a month. And when is Chinese New Year? That is February 1st. I mean, if Omicron starts spreading there now, there's going to be it could be crazy there in a couple weeks. Porcupine pancake art is here. I think I read something about that. You can, if you have more on it, you can message me on Twitter, Porcupine Pancake. I think Brian Enton was posting about that. All right, hold on a second. I'm timing out. Team trying, that's ridiculous. I'm timing you out for that. Yeah, there's this missing... The thing our viewer mentioned was this missing girl, porcupine pancake art in New Hampshire, Harmony, Montgomery. That's not a good story. Sad story. She's 7 years old. Rita says, tomorrow night is Bama versus Georgia Dogs. I'm stoked. Did you go to one of those? Did you go to Georgia, Rita? Hey, thanks, Ernie. Ernie, that's very kind of you. I appreciate it, Ernie. Thank you. Thanks so much. Ernie. Hang on one second here. Yeah, this is the thing that Porcupine was talking about from the Boston Globe. Police are searching a house. There's a girl that's been missing. Her biological father has been arrested. Police are searching a house where she lived before she disappeared. Rita said her mom is from Augusta, Georgia, grew up watching the Bulldogs. Had a little cheerleading uniform as a little girl. Nice. Oh, thank you, Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit says, I, like many others, will be upset if no Olympics. With all the doom and gloom, so many have been looking forward to it. You know, I've been saying that, I know this. Canceling the Olympics would be like the most last of all last resorts for China, because they want to have it, make it look like their country is great and they're handling COVID and they can do this. So, but now that there's Omicron in 2 cities there, it could get really crazy there. So I don't think they're going to cancel it, but I mean, I don't know what it's gonna be. It could be a very weird situation there. We'll have to see. I don't think they're going to let fans go. I don't think there's going to be any fans at the events. Has that been announced? I don't think they've announced that domestically yet. No overseas fans has been announced, but I think it's being considered for domestic. See, this is an article from last year in Fortune. Beijing Olympics will ban all spectators except Chinese fans who meet specific requirements. But who knows? Cindy says, I don't like it without fans. It's a big difference. In a basket says, I think they will cancel it. I just think it's like such a last resort if they do. But the whole other question is, how do they, they've been doing this thing where they're really strict about every case there. So I'm guessing some athletes will test positive there while they're there. It's going to be crazy. Will the pandemic end this year? I mean, if by end you mean, I assume you mean something like there's no like big variant going around and life is kind of back to normal. I have no idea because I don't know if there'll be more variants. I mean, I would think there's a decent chance there'll be more variants. It's not clear, though. We're not even that far. Remember, it's January 9th. It's January 9th. 6 weeks ago, nobody had heard of the Omicron variant. The Omicron variant was, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 weeks ago. 5.5 weeks ago, nobody had heard of Omicron, and then it was announced on Thanksgiving Day that a new variant had been found. That's how quickly it happened. That's how quickly everything changed. So there could be a new variant that's announced tomorrow. Let's hope not. Hey, Barb Filer, thank you, Barb. So kind of you. That is the Hi Popo sticker. Hi Popo the hippo. That kind of looks like my chair. He does this. Thank you, Barb. Very kind of you. I appreciate it. Barb Filer. Thank you. Well, it was 5.5 weeks since it's been announced. It was spreading around before then, but it was first recognized as a new variant only just 5.5 weeks ago. Things can change so fast. Yeah, Rita says the difference a month can make. But before Thanksgiving Day, except for the people researching it like in South Africa basically, nobody knew about this Omicron variant. That all came out on Thanksgiving Day. That's how fast it went. It's crazy. So who knows what's happening? Callie Voltaire says, I wonder what they will do to athletes that test positive in China. Well, I'm sure they'll sequester them somewhere. I guess some of the NHL players were worried that they were going to keep them sequestered for like a month or something. I don't know what the exact procedure is there. No, the Deltacron thing, Zipper, I've read some experts saying that's not a big deal. I've read a number of posts from experts. I've read a number of posts from experts saying they think that's just like that the research on that was somehow messed up. Yeah, there's new variants all the time. That's what a virus naturally changes. The question is there a variant that like is significantly different in some bad way? That's the big deal when that happens. So just because there's a new variant doesn't mean it's not a big deal. The thing about the China stuff, this has been covered a little bit, but if you're not specifically looking for it, you won't find it. Like the city of Xi'an, of Xi'an in China, which is this large city, they've been in lockdown, I think, for over 2 weeks now. And there's a lot of people in Xi'an. It's a huge city. A lot of people in Xi'an, they literally haven't been able to leave their homes for over 2 weeks. They've been living at home and not going anywhere. And then they have their food brought to them. And there's been a problem getting food to people. But that's Xi'an, and it's that's been going on for over a couple weeks. And I'm guessing it's going to start happening in other cities too. Jade, I'll do it I'll do a COVID stream, I'm sure at some point, just when the news warrants it. I mean, I don't, there's got to be some kind of compelling new development that I want to talk about. I mean, it's here now. So I don't do it every day. So I'm following it. When there's some development I want to discuss, we'll talk about it. Yeah, third lockdown week. China's, that's up here. China's zero COVID policy. The city of Xi'an takes stock as third lockdown week looms. This is from SCMP. The only way Amelia Wong has been able to leave her college dorm in nearly 3 weeks is by volunteering at the COVID testing center. More than 42,000 people have been put under centralized quarantine, according to local authorities, and the entire city has been under lockdown for more than 2 weeks, where residents are not permitted to leave their homes. For more than 2 weeks. The harsh lockdown has sparked complaints from residents about food shortages and anger over reports that urgent cases were denied, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's crazy. This is what's going on there. 13 million people in the city. Bigger than any U.S. city. And this isn't like the U.S. lockdown. This is like you can't leave your house lockdown. King Harsh, I don't know exactly what they're provided with by the government there in terms of household items and stuff. But that's, I mean, and now if it starts spreading to other cities and got to lock down other cities, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I assume, Rita, that China will want all the U.S. athletes to be vaxxed there, but I don't know what the policy is. But it's not, it's like weird. I think a lot of people don't realize what's going on there because it's just like, we're now in year 3 of the pandemic, and it doesn't, I think more of the news coverage in the U.S. would be about the U.S. stuff. But that's going on there right now. By the way, I'm seeing stuff about I'm not going to talk about it in case anybody's recording the game. I'm seeing some stuff about the football game on my timeline. I wonder if Polly is watching the game. Maybe Polly's watching it. Rita says Beijing is requiring all athletes to be vaxxed or 21-day quarantine. MillerVan.tv is here. Oh, Polly is watching. Yeah, I just saw some people posting about it. Tammy Lance is watching it too. Oh, is this the game? Hey, okay. So if I'm right, this is the game tonight that's going on right now between Las Vegas and Los Angeles is the game where if there's a tie, they both make the playoffs, right? So there was a thought that maybe if it got into overtime especially, they'd stop, they wouldn't try to score. Because if it's a tie, am I right? Is that right? If there's a tie, they both make the playoffs? And now it is tied and it's in overtime. So this situation has actually happened. So if neither team tries to score, they could just both make the playoffs. Oh, Vegas kicked a field goal? Well, then it's not tied anymore. Okay. Oh, they didn't do it. Tie gets them both in, says Polly. They should have both just done it. They should have done it. They should have both sat on the ball and just run up the middle every time. No, the Raiders didn't just win. That's not the way. Overtime, if you get a field goal, the other team gets the ball. It's funny just because it was being talked about a lot this week, and a lot of things would have to, it was seen as like, oh, it's not going to come down to that because all these things won't happen that have to happen, but they did happen. It could still end in a tie. It could still end in a tie. Sonic says if the Chargers kick a field goal, then it'd be tied. And then if the Chargers kick a field goal, it's tied, and then there's a 15-minute period. I never did this, but I put the game on in the background here. They could have just done it the whole game. I'm sure they were told not to. They could have literally the whole game, just neither team tried to score. That would have been awesome. SD Rooster is here. SD Rooster is here. Oh, Polly says it's a 10-minute overtime. I see. So does Andrew Broadwater. Not 15. Yeah, so right now, Los Angeles is getting the ball, and then they have to score to stay in the game. If they get a touchdown, they win. If they get a field goal, it's tied. Dolores says Northern and Southern Californians would not have let that game end tied. Not a lot of love between our populaces. Well, we'll see what happens. No, but the really exciting thing to me would be if the neither team tried to score. That would be the great thing. SD Rooster is here. Thanks, SD Rooster. I'm glad you've been watching the broadcast. Enjoying the broadcast. Yeah, we haven't been on the air in like 4 days. For like 5 days, I think. We were talking about that a bunch earlier. Oh, I just saw this. So I didn't see this. Faulty electric heater. Faulty electric heater caused fire in the Bronx. I thought it was a space heater. Maybe it is. That doesn't really explain it, though. I feel like there's got to be something about the building. I feel like the building must have had some kind of... I mean, I believe buildings have things in them that prevents fire and smoke from spreading. So I wonder if there was something... Oh, I did see something today that some people in the building said that the fire alarms would go off all the time as false alarms. So people were less likely to listen to the fire alarm. But even if it's... I mean, there's what started the initial fire, but the fact that the smoke spread... The fact that the smoke spread throughout the building so much, so fast, doesn't have to do with it, with the heater. That's the building. Right, I know Flathead, they said a door was left open, but I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing, I know in some buildings there's features of the building that prevent fire from spreading besides the doors, people's doors. Cindy mentions fire doors. Like in my building, there's fire doors on every floor. So if a fire alarm goes off, the doors close, and in theory, the fire doors will keep the fire contained to that floor. Also, there's the whole question of smoke in the ventilation system. So I don't know if something was wrong with that building where they were supposed to have some protection. I mean, it's just crazy that you could have a fire that it didn't even spread that far. And the firefighters got there within 3 minutes of getting the first call or getting the call about it. And by the time they got there was like smoke throughout the building. Oh, by the way, really quickly, it looks like the Chargers are going to get at least a field goal. I'd have to see, I'd want to see like a fire specialist talk about the building. Erica says no. I think Erica likes the Steelers, and Erica wants the Steelers to get in. But if there's the Steelers get in if the Chargers win, or if the Raiders win, is that what happens? Oh, Sonic says that last play was 4th and 9. The game could have ended there. I didn't see that. I didn't know it was 4th down. Arizona Jumper says, I'm living temporarily in an apartment building. They recently tested fire alarm. It was so loud, I swear it could be heard blocks away. Well, I guess loud is good, though. You want loud. I've never watched... I'm not watching the game. I think people think I'm like glued to the game. I'm looking at your comments. When I look at this, I'm looking where I always look at your comments. I have the game on in the background. I've probably watched one play of it since I've had it on. People think I'm looking at it. I'm looking at this is where I normally look. I look at the monitor. I'm not just watching the game. That's why I didn't know it was 4th down. Devotee says the door to the apartment should have shut behind the escapees. That's what they rely on. So I understand that idea. But I would think that not every apartment building has doors that shut behind people. I mean, my door here will shut behind me when I open it. I don't know if that's a regulation. Oh, yes. Blake Robinson says, here comes a tying field goal attempt. Yes, there's a field goal attempt. They're trying to tie the game up. It could end in a tie. If he makes this, it could end in a tie. Are they going to call timeout and try to freeze him? Let's see. No? He made it. It's a tie game right now. Guys, there's 4 minutes left. There's 4 minutes left in the game. It's different because people are talking about it. Half the people in our chat are watching it. Oh, Kimberly Barr is in the ER waiting to be seen for severe back pain after slipping off her porch. Kimberly, I hope you feel better. That's not good. I hope Kimberly Barr feels better. Polly says the fix was in. Rita's heading to bed. Hey, thanks, Rita. Yeah, I mean we've been coming on the air so late. It's my fault. I'm really trying. I got to get my schedule earlier. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. Shaft says Niner game went to OT also. There's only 4.5 minutes left, so they could both make the playoffs. See, this is just the thing. They should both sit on the ball now and try to not score. Callie Voltaire says not late enough for me. We're missing our Netherlands viewers now. Oh, Cool Cookies in Oregon. We normally our Netherlands viewers come in around this time. They wake up and pop in. Erica says someone score. So wait, but Erica, how do the Steelers make it? I'm confused. Yeah, Bryce Hogg, the mods are great. I agree. AJ, Melissa McQueen, Linda Belk. If Linda's still there, I don't know if she is. Sarah, Lizzie, thank you. So Erica says, is it true, Erica, that the only way the Steelers get in the playoffs, the only way the Steelers don't get in the playoffs is if they tie? If they don't tie, the Steelers get in. If they tie, the Steelers don't get in the playoffs. Is that right? Wow, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. Polly says they're rivals, so I doubt they would do anything for each other. So if the Steelers are going to get in, you're just rooting for someone to score. That would be crazy. Steelers are in with either, but they're not in with a tie. Right, Polly? Hey, Rob Van Roy is here. See, Rob Van Roy's in the Netherlands. He just came in. Rob is here. Sean TV said they would do it if it is mutually beneficial. Well, Sean, what you're forgetting is there's cost to them doing it, though. It is beneficial, but they have other costs if they tried to do it that way. Oh, Maureen Weber is in the Netherlands. Look at that. I'm glad you like the news coverage, Maureen. We have another Netherlands viewer. We have so many Netherlands viewers. It's amazing. It's great. If I ever visit the Netherlands, I have so many people to visit. Right. Polly, both of these teams are in with a tie, but if they tie, then the Steelers are out. Sonic says Steelers are out with a tie. It's third down. There's only 2:49 left. I think it'd be kind of crazy if the Steelers didn't make it only because there was a tie. There's not many ties that happen in football. Now we're getting Arizona jumper in football. Erica says there's only one scenario that could eliminate Pittsburgh. It's if there's a tie in this game. Let's see. Now I'm looking at this play that's happening right now. Let's see. It looks like that was good. That was a big pass completion. They really should have a camera on some people from the Steelers watching the game. Anyways, Yeah, we have to talk about this because so many of our viewers are watching it. So I can't just ignore it. A lot of people on social media are talking about a tie. Sonic says, "Arg Gronk commercial." See, this person I follow, Dan Wetzel. I don't even know if I follow him. He's a sports writer, though. He said 3 Vegas hands-off punt, 3 LA hands-offs. Everyone is happy. Crazy potential finish. So what he's talking about is if they would just run the ball a few times, they could run out the clock and they both make the playoffs. See, Sean says, "I'm watching it now because we're talking about it here." Polly says, "This is an intense end to the season." Yeah, they just said if game ends in a tie on the screen right now, it says if game ends in a tie, both teams advance to the playoffs. They should just run the ball. They ran the ball. They did. They ran the ball and they didn't get any yards. That's huge. Now should the Chargers take timeout? Wow. They just ran the ball up the middle and gained no yards. Maybe they're going to run it 3 straight times. That just took like a quarter of the game off the clock right there. They're not rushing. Wow, wow. This is incredible. They literally just ran the ball up the middle, and they just took a time. Now they're showing the angry Steelers fan. Oh, they should run again. They're gonna run again. Hold on, let's see. Are they gonna run again? They ran again. They ran up the middle. They ran up the middle twice. They're not even trying to score. They're not even trying to score. Oh my gosh, they just ran twice. They're not trying to score. They're not trying to score. They really should just run it twice more now. Nobody's calling timeout. Nobody's calling timeout. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is amazing. It looks like they're running out the clock. Yes, they're going to take. They should take a knee. They're going to take a knee. They're just going to run it. Oh my gosh. Because they really did it. This is amazing. Wow. They showed the angry Steelers fan in the crowd. Yeah, why did the Chargers call timeout? Did the Chargers call timeout? Why did the Chargers do that? The Chargers should have let the Raiders do that. Oh, actually, I mean, I don't know what the Chargers are doing. Wow. The Chargers could have just made the playoffs. That's going to be now the Chargers are going to lose. Now the Chargers are going to lose. They're going to kick a field goal. The Raiders shouldn't even try the field goal. The Raiders shouldn't try the field goal because the field goal could get blocked. Why are they going to kick it? It could get blocked. Boy, the Chargers should. I don't know if the Chargers should take a timeout. Shane D says both teams can't stand each other, so they want to win and not settle for a tie. Yeah, they could not, if the Raiders could kick a field goal and then get it blocked, and they could lose the game. Oh, thank you, Jake from State Farm. Jake says for Erica's salty tears. Thank you, Jake. Wow. I thought they were going to run out the clock. I think they wanted to run out the clock. I think I'm behind in the game. Wow. He made it. The Chargers lost. Why did the Chargers call timeout? Why did the Chargers call timeout? Why did the Chargers call timeout? This was really funny, Al. How much time was there left? They were going to kneel, weren't they? Wasn't... Because it looked like before the Chargers called the timeout that the Raiders were just going to kneel. That was crazy. I got to go back and see that play when the Chargers called timeout. Let's see. I'm going back. Okay. Well, they were going to run a play. I don't know. When the Chargers called timeout, the play clock was almost down. Hang on, I'm looking at this again. So I'm watching again the replay. So it was 32-32, and then Vegas had the ball, and they could snap it with. They could snap it at 33 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, I mean, there were only like... So Paulie, thank you, Paulie. What Paulie thinks is this. So Paulie thinks that the Chargers were just going to run it out. So Paulie thinks like they weren't even going to try for a field goal. And they weren't even going to really try. Now, the thing is also, the Chargers also blew it because they let the Raiders gain so many yards on that last run, and they knew they were going to run. But, yeah, Paulie thinks that Vegas changed what they were going to do because L.A. called timeout. Tammy says Paulie is right. Yeah, Sean, I don't know. Sean, if you don't watch like football a lot, it's kind of complex to explain the whole situation. So, like, I don't know how much you watch football, but like, it kind of looked like the Raiders weren't going to try to score at the end. And it looked like they were just running out the clock. And then the Chargers, then rather than let them do that, the Chargers called timeout. Which made it seem like the Chargers were going to try and beat the Raiders rather than just let them run out the clock. So the Raiders might have been like, okay, we'll try to win now if you're not going to play along with us. Oh, Sean says, I just don't get the situation. Yeah, the thing is that if they had tied, they both go to the playoffs. So it looked like the Raiders were going to just not try and win. It looked like the Raiders were going to run out the clock. But then rather than let them do that, the Chargers called timeout. So the Raiders might have been like, okay, well, we're not going to do it then. If you're not going to let us run out the clock, then we'll try to win. Regardless of whether it affected the game, I think a lot of people will think the timeout affected the game. Right. Jean Ann says, so the Raiders decided to win because the Chargers threw some shade. Well, the Chargers also had another timeout left. So it seemed like what the Chargers were doing is it seemed like the Chargers wanted to get the ball back with like 30 seconds left and then try to win. That's what it seemed like because the Raiders couldn't just run out the clock because then the Chargers would get the ball back. But also the Yeah, it's the Raiders could have. I don't know. I feel like the Raiders were signaling to the Chargers the way the Raiders were playing. They were basically showing the Chargers, we're not really trying to beat you, so just let the clock run out. That's what it seemed to me. It didn't seem like the Raiders were really trying to score until the Chargers called timeout. No, Sean, I think the Raiders, Sean says it doesn't seem to him the Raiders were trying to tie. They were gaining yardage. It seemed to me the kind of plays the Raiders were running were just so vanilla and right up the middle. And also the Raiders were like, taking lots of time. So it just seemed to me that maybe the Raiders were running these plays that the other team would interpret as, oh, you're just not trying to gain yardage. That was amazing. But whatever actually happened, a lot of people will think that the Chargers blew it because they called timeout and they didn't have to. See, like here's this person. Here's what one person on Twitter says. This person, Michael Blackson, says, dumbass move by Chargers coach to call a timeout when the Raiders were trying to help you get in the playoffs. SMH. AJ thinks the Raiders were trying to run out the clock. I understand what you're saying, Sean, but it looked to me the type of plays they were running were just so right up the middle. It kind of looked like they were trying to run out the clock. Joe Shad says, that's the worst timeout I've ever seen. The Chargers don't trust the Raiders. That was amazing. That was amazing. Is timeout one word or two? This person from Barstool Sports, Tommy Smoke says, I'm not kidding when I say Brandon Staley taking that timeout was the worst call in sports history. The Raiders were clearly content on running it out. Chargers were guaranteed a playoff spot, and he said nope. Vinyl Vish Records says Raiders QB said the game plan didn't change. They wanted to win the game. I don't know. Space City says Raiders now play Bengals instead of Chiefs. Some will see advantage. I understand. That's interesting. Sean says people are applying their own bias and making assumptions. Well, I'm just telling you what some people are saying. Sports reporter Chris Broussard says, I'm with Chris Collinsworth. I feel like the Raiders would have just let the clock run out if the Chargers didn't call timeout. Sports personality Clay Travis says, I really think the Raiders would have run out the clock for a tie if the Chargers hadn't called timeout. Bolt Beat, which looks like a Chargers account, says that timeout is going to be talked about a lot this offseason. I don't know. I can't say. Shane D says, let the conspiracy theories begin. Sean TV says, I love the controversy. We don't really normally cover sports stuff here on this channel. But it was on. It was really interesting. Wow. Thanks for letting me know that was happening. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known. I wasn't paying attention. Neebe said, need to call my 94-year-old mom in California. Hey, thanks for watching, Neebe. Pizza Man says, Raiders got destroyed when they played the Chiefs. Why would they want to play them again? I understand. It looked like they were running up the clock. Yeah, that was exciting. You don't usually see that happen. That was crazy. That was a crazy situation. That was crazy. Oh, thank you, Sonic. Thanks, Sonic, for sticking around for the game. I appreciate it, Sonic. Thank you. Sonic says, thanks, Steve, Moz, Shadows, Lurkers, good night, all. Yeah, we started late tonight. We didn't start till 10:25 tonight. It's awful. I said this last night. I said my schedule's too late. Ever since the Kazakhstan stream, my schedule is ruined. It's awful. I don't want my schedule to be this late. It's for the last 5 days. Polly says, believe your eyes. The Raiders were running it out. I watch enough ball. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like to me. They can't admit it. They're not going to admit it. But that's what it looked like. You know why I think Polly's right? Because the Raiders, they weren't that close. If you're the Raiders, you would want to get a better field goal than 45 yards away. And they didn't seem to be trying to get that close because they ran up right up the middle 2 plays and they took all this time. They weren't leaving themselves with any time. I agree with Polly, but I understand there's another argument there. Erica says, I went to bed at 7-ish, but did not stay asleep. Oh. Sean says, take a nap or skip a nap to sort out your schedule. My problem is if I take a nap for a few hours, then I feel awful. If it's at a weird time. If I get up really early and then I take a nap in the afternoon, that's one thing. But if I take a nap at night for an hour, it's awful. Al says, do an all-night stream to get it back on track. No, what's going to happen is there'll be some reason like some news event that I have to get up early for. That's what always happens. There'll be some news event or something and it'll force me to change my schedule. Hopefully. Lisa Remo says, I'm the same with naps. They may usually make me feel worse. Sometimes I'm okay with them when I'm exhausted, but sometimes they really mess with me. Pepe the Frog says, naps are the enemy for me. I wake up feeling worse every time. Maybe that's the silent majority, people who feel worse when they take naps. Well, that was crazy. That was crazy. Everyone's talking about it now. Hang on, let me see here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I didn't see this. Art Stapleton. Look, guys, look. Art Stapleton He's a football writer. Derek Carr just said the Chargers timeout changed the Raiders' strategy. That's bad for LA. Let me see what Derek Carr said about this. Let me see. Hang on. I'm going to watch this. Hang on. I'm watching Derek Carr right now to see what he said in the interview after the game. He's the quarterback for the Raiders. So he said we still wanted to win. But he also said the Chargers timeout definitely changed our strategy. He did say that. He said we wanted to win, but I don't know. I think he maybe has to say that. He did say. Oh, it's really funny. It's a really funny situation. Sean thinks it's a manufactured controversy. Polly says, makes sense to me. Wow. Kenneth thinks the Raiders wanted a tie first, win second. Vinyl Vish Records says, great game. Andrew Broadwater says, yeah, he's not going to come out and say we are playing for a tie. Now, here's somebody who thinks it didn't change things. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. I just found something. Hold on. Hold on. This is funny. I don't really know if this is what they are saying. I don't know if this is what they're saying in the clip. It's pretty funny, though. Barstool Sports thinks what they're saying is, were you going to kneel it? Yeah. I don't know if that's what they're saying in the clip. When you read their lips, you can't really see that. Barstool Sports is claiming that the Chargers guy is saying, were you going to kneel it? And the Raiders guy says, yeah. I don't know if that's really the case. I don't think you can tell that for sure. Oh, hey, Sean, you saw Fake Sean TV just came in, Sean TV. You missed Fake. I hope you saw Fake Sean TV. I couldn't really tell they were saying that. Too hard to me to tell. Sammy Boy says you can't really tell. I think Barstool Sports is acting like it really definitely said that, but I don't think you can tell. No, Space City, I understand your point about the Chiefs. I understand your point about the Chiefs. But it just, I think there's something to be said for what Pauly said, which is it just looked like the Raiders were running out the clock. That's what it looked like to me. Sean, if you go back in the chat, you missed Fake Sean TV came by. I don't remember what Fake Sean TV said. Maybe the mods remember. Fake Sean TV said, got to go back in the chat. I can't see it. Fake Sean TV said, "Let's go Raiders." Well, congratulations to Erica, the pharmacist, because she was rooting for the Steelers. Erica, the pharmacist, says, "Whatever happened to Erica with a heart?" I don't know what happened to Erica with a heart. You know, we got people coming in and out. You know, Baby Shark stopped by earlier. She hasn't been here for a while. See, Michelle Sparks is saying good night. Yeah, I didn't really do a good job helping you guys with the schedule tonight, starting at 10:25 p.m. on a Sunday night, on a work night. My bad. Yeah, Paulie says when you have a playoff guarantee after playing a hard game, you go with it. It's, you know, at a certain point, yeah, you know, they might have just they might have just figured, let's just do it. I know what you're saying about playing one team for the other, but they might have just been happy to make the playoffs. Blake Robbins says, "I want to hear what the Chargers coach says." I'm sure there'll be clips of him he'll be asked that afterwards and all off season. This is our most sports edition ever of Lookner channel. Lisa says she had a nap, so she's up. Yeah, the last agenda-free TV stream was 4 days ago. The Kazakhstan protest stream was on January 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. 5 days ago. Is Al still watching? I want Al to call in sometime. Kelsey P is here. Cindy likes it. You like that we have more on this channel. Some people prefer one channel to the other. Yes, Sporty Edition. Lookner Sports is going to be I'll start my fourth channel, Lookner Sports. Kenneth says the NY building was a huge story, but I thought Kenneth says, I don't understand why it wasn't covered. I thought, Kenneth, you said, I don't understand why that wasn't covered. I was like, I just talked about that for 15 minutes. No, Kenneth had said he understands. I thought you said I didn't understand. I was going to get mad at you, Kenneth. We'll have Al call in sometime if he wants to. I want to have I haven't talked to Josh Z in a while too. AFTV Sports. That can be another channel. AFTV Sports. Oh, thank you, Marzel. I'm still waiting. I want to go back. I was supposed to go back to. I was supposed to go back to Boston. 2 weeks ago. So, I can go back whenever. I'm waiting for stuff to settle down. Kenneth says I dodged a bullet by misreading the comment. Oh, John and Petey came in. Callie Voltaire says funding for Lookner Sports. Thank you. Thank you, Callie Voltaire. That's very nice of you. She wants me to do Lookner Sports channel. Hey, John and Petey is here. Hey, John, do you want to do... John, you said you wanted to call in. Do you want to do a quick late night call-in, John A? John A, do you want to do a quick late night call-in? We've never done late night call-in. Maybe we'll do late night call-in. See what John says. All right, John's going to call... Guys, John's going to call in on Zoom. John A and Petey are going to call in Zoom. We'll do like a quick meet the viewer with John at 12:42 a.m. for you night owls. Hang on, John, I'll send you the link. Might as well. Country Girl is here. Then you can see Petey. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very nice of you, Arizona Jumper. She says, rent for my stool at the Lookner Sports Bar. Thank you, Arizona Jumper. No rent necessary. I appreciate that. All right, let's see here. I am sending this to John right now. One moment. John, what is your Twitter? What is your Twitter, John? Oh, I got it. I found it. John, I just sent you the link on Twitter. Oops. No, I don't think we're going to do Super Bowl launch. We're not going to do Super Bowl watch along, I don't think. Hold on, I did this the wrong way. I did it the wrong way. Okay, we're waiting for John to enter. It's special. We've never done a late night call-in. We're doing a late night call-in. Oops, I hear John, but I'm hearing two of me. Hold on. All right, now I can hear myself. All right, so I see John. Wait, let's see. I gotta just do speaker view. Speaker. How do I hide myself? Okay, John, are you ready? Oh, John, I can't hear you. I cannot hear you.
I'm here.
Oh, I can hear you. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to John right now, and Petey is there too. Hold on. I'm going to write on the screen, John, that we have John here from John and Petey are here. And Petey is there too. Now I'm hearing. Why am I hearing this echo again?
Hold on, man. I need to put my my TV on mute.
Okay. Sean says, I hear a dog go. Yeah, that's Petey.
Yes, Petey is a very lively Chihuahua Terrier mix.
You guys will see him.
Hold on, man.
I'm just putting.
Come here. Come here. There you go.
Oh, hold on, John. I haven't started showing you yet, so hold on a second. Then I'll when you're on camera, I'll let you know. You can, John. Can you see the chat?
I can't see the YouTube chat because I turned the YouTube chat off. Hold on a minute. Let me back out of here a minute, and then I'll be right back.
That's fine. Yep. All right, we're about to see John and Petey. We're doing a late night Meet the Viewer. New in town, we were just talking about the game. John is J.A. and Petey. In our chat.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this, but
can you
might have to read me
it's so if you can't, it's okay. I just figured maybe you'd want to see the chat, but I don't know if you want to like.
I do want to see the chat, but I don't know how to do this on my phone with. I only have just a phone. I don't have a computer or anything.
Then don't worry about it.
If you could read me the comments, that'd be
yeah. I'll relate some of the comments to you, and then you can watch them later. You can watch all of them later.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's going to We're gonna meet John now and say hi to John, guys. John is J.A. and are you currently J.A. in the chat?
It's J.A. and P.
J.A. and P in the chat. All right, here he is, guys. It's John and Pete. Oops. Now why is this too high? Hold on. I put the text too high. Now they can't see the text. All right, hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here. Put me here. Then I'm going to delete the text. Then I'm going to rewrite the text. So it's going to say up here, John and Petey live from Pennsylvania. Okay. Everybody's saying hi to you in the chat. Now,
Hello,
Sean says that's a big Chihuahua, but it's not a Chihuahua. So, right, he's joking. But
Sean TV. He's a Chihuahua Terrier mix. I don't know currently. I do not have his DNA test done to fully inform you what he's fully mixed with. So, but he's a Chihuahua Terrier mix. I've had him since June 1st of 2016, when I adopted him when he was a year and a day old.
2016, you said?
Yes, 2016.
Everybody's saying hi to you in the chat. Lots of people are saying hi to you. Porcupine Pancakes Art says, such a sweet puppy. Breaker says, what a cute doggy. Arizona Jumper says, you're both so adorable. Sean C says, hi, John and Doggy. Sean TV says, he's cute, whatever he is. So a lot of people are saying hi and saying hi to you and the dog. And they're very happy to see Petey there, too. Petey looks like he's just chilling out tonight.
Yes, he is.
That's great. That's great. So John, for people who don't know, you are in Pennsylvania.
Yes, I'm in Pennsylvania, yes.
And, do you want to describe what part of Pennsylvania are you in?
I'm not too far from Maryland.
Okay. Oh, Callie Voltaire says you guys are matching. You're both wearing red.
Yes. Yes.
And PA is Pennsylvania. Oh, that's good. Yeah. John and Petey live from PA means they're in Pennsylvania. PA is Pennsylvania. Blake Robinson says, I'm a huge dog fan. Key says is watching from the Netherlands. Key says, we got to get you in. At some point, I want you and some of the other Netherlands people to call in. That would be really cool. We've never had anybody from the Netherlands call in. Flathead says, is Pennsylvania getting much of a winter slow in Ohio? Are you getting much of a winter there, John?
We just had, not too long, like a few days ago, we had a snowstorm where, in fact, it was on here that you showed it, where I had a video of snow that was on the ground.
Okay. So you've gotten some winter.
3-4 inches, maybe 5 inches of snow.
Okay. NSXLA says, what is the tattoo?
The tattoo on my arm is referring to the one that you saw me when I moved my arm. It's in reference to autism. I am. I have
Okay.
I have a form of autism called Asperger's.
Mm-hmm. So the tattoo just is something about that.
Yes, it actually says. It says totally unique. I mean, excuse me. I'm sorry. It says always unique, totally intelligent, sometimes mysterious. Sometimes I have to look at to remember.
Nice. Lisa Remo says she recognized your accent. She used to live in Levittown.
Levittown.
Levittown. That's Levittown. I don't know where that is.
Yeah,
Maybe you
I know
do.
about that, yeah.
And
And
sorry. Yes.
no, I was going to say and back to the, pardon me for going back, but the reference
That's all right.
to the tattoo, if you saw the Superman in the puzzle piece, is saying that it's partly saying that people that have autism should feel empowered by them having, so to speak, per se, that superpower, if you will. It's just like a play on words sort of kind of thing.
Nice.
But that's again, that's the reference to that. So.
Also, Rick Hoyet says you must be up I-83 in South Central Pennsylvania, Quakertown here. I guess Rick is in Quakertown.
I know where Quakertown's at. Yes, I know where Quakertown's at.
Kevin says he is near Oxford, Pennsylvania, out Route 1. I'm 40 minutes from him.
I don't know where Oxford is at exactly, but I've probably been through there.
It sounds like a number of people are in your general area.
That wouldn't be surprising.
Sean says, what is that thing in the background of Petey's stream? Oh, Sean, I think Sean's joking that it's just Petey's stream, not John's stream. Petey's just chilling. Petey looks great. People love Petey. Let's see here. Havasu Mom came by. Sorry, Havasu Mom said her grandmother just passed away. I'm very sorry to hear that, Havasu Mom. Thoughts with you. Mom. Sorry to hear that. So she is in our chat right now, helping to moderate. But very sorry to hear that, Havasu Mom. Let's see here. Keith says, who's in the Netherlands, says, do you play any instruments?
Actually, I used to. I used to play trumpet when I was younger.
And I know you have a big train collection.
Yes, I do. I do have a very big train collection. I now have about maybe probably close to 55 pieces, maybe 60.
And I know you have part of your apartment is like set up with all the trains there and everything.
Yeah. Right now, I currently have stuff in the way. I can't really show you too much of it, but otherwise I would. And
continue.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was saying continue.
I currently am starting just for the fun of it. I'm starting to collect also handbells.
Handbells. I assume that's portable bells that you would ring with your hands.
Yeah, they're glass and porcelain, and I have one brass bell.
Nice. Oh yes, and Nicole points out that there's a train on the wall behind you as well in the picture.
Yes, there is. This one. Excuse me for a minute. This train I got at a yard sale last year. It only cost me, this only cost me $1 for this.
You can't beat that.
So
very nice.
My newest train is actually get up, reach up and get it. Hold on a minute. My newest train is a small little silver thing. Watch out, buddy.
New train coming up. So John and Petey are in Pennsylvania. They are calling in from Pennsylvania.
This is a little train. It's
nice. Cool.
It's a General Motors GP30. and it's a electromotive division of their train system.
Very nice. By the way, Havasu Mom says the dog she adopted last year is the exact same mix as Petey, and his name is Lukey. So she is the same mix as you. I did not know that. Very cool.
Well, Petey came from Havasu Mom. Petey came from a shelter here in town, but he was only at the shelter I got him from for 2 days. Excuse me. He was, prior to that, he was at a shelter in Parkersburg, West Virginia, and it took over 4 hours plus for him to get to my area.
So you met him when he was already in your area, correct?
Yes, he was only at the shelter where I adopted him from for 2 days.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
In fact, the day that I met him was the day after he got there.
Oh, wow. Good. It was meant to be. Sean says, now I'm not a train expert, so I don't know anything about this. Sean says, what gauge are your trains? Does that make sense to you?
Yes. I have a variety of different gauges, Sean TV. I have O gauge. I have the smallest one I have is probably like a Z, if I'm getting it correctly. And that's the smallest one I have is a train set that can hang on the Christmas tree. It's a Lionel train set. It's 3 different pieces.
Now, by the way, can you, for people who just popped in, Sean says neat. Oh, I wanted to see, could you sort of like just show Petey's face for a second for people who might not have seen him? There we have Petey down there. There he is. He's hanging out with John. Hey, Petey. Good to see him. There you go. See, he waved at everybody. Michelle says, I love meeting John and Petey. And Neebe says that you have great stuff and that she collects handbells as well. That's what Neebe said.
Okay. The biggest one I have right now is a Christmas tree. It's actually I'll show it to you if you can see it. You may not be able to see the detail of it, but this is my biggest.
Ooh, wow, that's cool. Very cool. Can you ring it? Oh, nice. Very cool.
The hammer is only maybe about an inch round.
Uh-huh. Very nice. By the way, Dizzle Dog was wondering if Petey does any tricks.
He does not.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's for those who don't know the species Chihuahua. Chihuahuas can be very. You got your toy, huh? Chihuahuas can be very temperamental and stubborn. So it's really hard to train them. I've got them trained in some stuff, but not very much. To be honest with you, it's very, very little that I haven't trained in.
Right.
Other than he knows, like, if he needs to go out, he'll jump the door. He's very protective. Even if the wind blows and he hears something outside that I haven't heard, like maybe like the wind rustling the leaves or something like that, he'll bark at that.
Mm-hmm.
He knows right on time if the mailman stops by. He knows my footsteps. He's able to tell when I'm outside if I leave here in the house and everything. So as soon as he hears my footsteps, he knows that Dad's home.
Nicole says Petey's a great dog. Dizzle Dog says it's all good that he doesn't know any tricks. Let's see. Kat Wilson says, John, you were meant to find Petey. He's a great dog. And Sean says, I had HO gauge trains growing up and made dioramas.
My brother had an HO train set, and he had a small well, not small, but it was small in comparison to what I've seen since then. He had a diorama set up that he could just lay on the floor in his room at where we lived at, and he didn't like the fact that I would sometimes mess around with it. It was a not a love-hate relationship, but it was just one of those relationships that, like, please don't touch my stuff. I really treasure it.
By the way, what is your social media, your Twitter, if people want to message you or follow you on Twitter? That's probably the best place, right? Is it your Facebook or Twitter? What would you prefer, Twitter?
Let me just...
I'll post it. I can post it if you tell me the name of it. Actually, I have it here, John, because I sent you a message on Twitter.
Right.
So I can just hang on. Let me get you guys John's Twitter. It is John's Twitter is J.A. and Petey. John and Peter's Twitter. John and Petey's Twitter. John and Petey's Twitter, and I'm putting it in the chat right now. At JA and Petey 208. That's it. So that's where people can follow you there. And let's see here. I'm looking at some more of the comments, John, for you. Crypto King likes when we do the streams with meeting the viewers. I do too. Let's see.
That's one thing I would like to be able to sometime and get into is cryptocurrency.
Well, a lot of our viewers are certainly into it. I can tell you that.
Yes, I know. Yes, we know that you're being vocal. He's playing with a squeaky toy that's a dog bone. It's just that it's kind of hard, being that I live on a fixed income. So
right, yeah. I mean, you want to like I don't really say much about.
It's something I want to do, but it's just that I don't have the financial means right now.
Yeah, I don't say much about crypto, but what I do say about it when our viewers talk about it, I say, like, look, just put in something that you're okay losing, and that way it's no big deal. So, you know. Let's see here. And John, have you always been in Pennsylvania, or were you other places?
No, I have not always been in Pennsylvania.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Maryland.
In Maryland. Oh, where Andrew Broadwater is from, Maryland. I don't know if Andrew's still here right now. But
I grew up in the Baltimore region of Maryland.
Okay, nice. And for people who don't know you, well, some people know you from the chat, but they, like what do you enjoy doing, like in your spare time?
Well, a lot I do. I spend a lot of time here at the house, especially during the winter. But spring and summer, I tend to go out, enjoy walks. I go out with friends and go to dances and things.
Nice.
To, small, regional area, small concerts and things.
Mm-hmm.
One of my hobbies I like to do is photography. I don't really have a real camera per se. The only thing right now I have is my phone.
We've shown a couple of your photos on previous streams. I think of trains that you sent in that were very good.
Right.
Very cool.
In fact, I actually have a picture of one that you may have shown on my wall. Hold on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the greatest picture because of, and I'll get one of Petey too. It's not the greatest picture because of the stuff that's in the background, but it'll do.
We will take a peek at it.
I don't know exactly what type of train this is. but this is a picture of a train that I took.
Very cool.
I want to say this picture is probably maybe at least 8 years old.
It's cool that you can have your own picture, the picture you took up on your wall. I think that's great.
And this one's this is a black and white of Petey.
That's awesome. That's great. Fantastic. By the way, we have Dizzle Dog says, phones can take incredible pics. I used to take pics of plants when I was a TA. Callie Voltaire says, John is... Oh, sorry?
Go ahead. No,
Callie Voltaire says, we'll just read you a couple of comments. Callie Voltaire says, so funny, says, John is such a sport doing a stream at the drop of a hat. And also Gringo said, any tips to get into the train hobby? That's a question from Gringo.
Well, if you want to really start just like getting familiar with trains and getting used to the idea of being what's called a rail fan. That's a train like a lot of train enthusiasts are referred to them as such. Is possibly to follow some YouTubers that do trains videos.
Right.
There's one channel. There's a couple channels that I follow, but one channel I follow is Virtual Rail Fan. He does the live streams of various different areas throughout the country, of live video streams of train areas where trains pass through.
Virtual Rail Fan.
Right.
That's a good suggestion, actually, to like follow some train YouTubers. That's a very good suggestion. Also, I've seen there's one very popular account on TikTok I see, which is a train guy, and he literally, his TikToks are just, he goes to look at some train, and then he's known for, he puts a camera on his head, and then when the train goes by, he cuts to himself smiling with a weird effect on it. But he's very popular on TikTok because he just goes and looks at different trains. But that's actually a very good, I mean, that's a good idea that people can get into it that way. And Tired Pup says, I watch Virtual Rail Fan too. It's good. Cindy Jones says, I love Virtual Rail Fan. MSU Kiwi says, +1 for Virtual Rail Fan. Right. So the good suggestion. Good suggestion.
Also, I can't remember his name. Let me pull it up. Hold on just a minute.
Hold on. While you do that, I'm going to look up Virtual Rail Fan real quick. Just show it here. Virtual Rail Fan. Oh, they have a live stream going now. Oh, he has all these live streams. All right, I'm just showing them, John. Virtual Rail Fan.
Live streams always going at once.
Oh, live streams of different trains. Look at that. On you, all he has like it's like he has like 50 live streams. Wow. Virtual Rail Fan. Excellent. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get you back up here on the screen. There we go. Here you are. Sean says lots of good train content on YouTube. Zipper says I sometimes watch train
content on YouTube.
Yep. Lisa Remo says she's watched that channel. Zipper says I sometimes watch trains live with chats here on YouTube. Strange Reverend says I'm a subscriber or Virtual Rail Fan, but more for storm watching. A lot of our viewers like them. Very cool. Kaylee N says hello to everybody. Good to see you. Oh, Tired Pup likes the channel Hobo Shoestring, which I've never heard of.
I need to reply to something. Hold on, Matt.
Okay, yeah, go do it. Do what you need to do. John is replying. Yeah, that's a popular channel there. That virtual Rail Fan. Worm says maybe links to cams he has permission to use. Yeah, it's very nice of John on a moment's notice to call in. We're doing our late night, latest ever Meet the Viewer chat with J.A. and Petey. Sean says, my favorite train content is plowing through big snow with big snow dumps, it looks like. Here we go.
Right.
John is back.
The a lot of times that people do that. Thank you for the follow at Perry B189 on Twitter. And thank you for the follow, Jocelyn Fioello, or their handle is scoaster90. Thank you for the follow, or like, whatever.
Oh, and I found the TikTok guy I wanted to show. Let me just really quick, because he's a train person. So hold on, John. I'm gonna show this right now. Hang on. How do I do this? I'll put this over here. Let's see if this works. Here he is. So on the screen right now, I'm showing this guy, Francis Bourgeois, and he has 2 million followers, and his TikTok videos are all like him looking at trains. And what you'll see is sometimes when they come by, he points a camera at his head, and his head gets all narrow on the camera. But he's very popular. So if you're a TikToker and you're into trains, or you think you might be, check out this dude, Francis Bourgeois. Anyways,
I don't go on TikTok, or anything, but he looks like he has a lot of fun.
Yeah, he does. It's a popular account. Also, TikTok's easy to try. I mean, you could actually, John, all you have to do is
I know what TikTok is. I used to be on that platform, but I just don't. It's nothing. It's not anything really for me.
What I'll do though is I'll post the link to his. There's a website where you can watch the TikToks even not being on TikTok. So I just posted it. So if anybody's interested in watching that, the page I just showed you, I just posted the link. Tired Pup says virtual rail fan posts daily highlights videos. Nice.
Yes, he does.
Let's see.
I'm looking through my channels. I've got over 300 some odd channels in my YouTube queue.
Dizzledog, we're doing this interview through Zoom. This is a Zoom interview. John's been so nice to call in late. We'll take a couple more minutes. So if you have any more questions for John or Petey, ask them in the chat.
Another place I follow is on YouTube is Railcam.
Railcam on YouTube.
Yeah, RAILCAM, all one word. And he posts a lot of videos and live streams from over in England and the UK.
I'm showing it on the screen right now. Railcam, a lot of live streams. Well, I didn't know about these channels that have all these train live streams. It's pretty cool. Railcam, nice. All right, now we got you back on the screen.
Yes.
Kaylee N says, I love trains. Let's see here. MSU Kiwi, thank you for watching. And can we see Petey one more time just for the people that maybe haven't seen him? Some people were talking about Petey too. Marzell says, my sweetie loves Railcam. There he is. There he is. Oh, good to see you, Petey. So
bark?
Cute.
You gonna bark?
No, he's mellow. Does he normally asleep by this hour, or does he stay up late?
No, he stays up with me most of the time.
Okay.
Unless he feels like sleeping on his chair and everything. Now he's got his own chair.
Okay. Yes. Key says, how did you find this channel, or did you find Agenda Free TV first, or did you find Lookner first?
I actually found Agenda Free TV first, and that was back, I want to say maybe August or September of 2020. Maybe even as early as July 2020.
Nice. And Melissa McQueen says, thanks, John A. and Petey. Nice meeting you guys.
It's nice meeting you guys as well. And virtually in person, per se.
By the way, Arizona Jumper says, my very first job was in a railroad freight sales office in San Francisco, early 70s. Very cool. Callie Voltaire. Oh, sorry?
My grandparents used to live in San Francisco. He may be familiar with the area called Pleasant Hill. It's right across the bridge.
Callie Voltaire says, does Petey watch Dog TV? I don't even know if you know what Dog TV is. Kay said she got this thing, Dog TV, that her dogs like to watch.
YouTube channel. They have a Dog TV YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Does Petey ever watch it?
Sometimes I do. Yes, thank you for watching. Sometimes I do, even though it's not my channel. I do leave him on dog calming music or dog TV, even though I really can't see the TV person when he's in his kennel. I have to leave him in the kennel whenever I'm going out of the house, because otherwise I'd find the house destroyed.
Right. Well, makes sense.
Even though he's small.
That's fair.
He's a very strong dog for as small as he is.
Nice. Cool. Well, it's 1:17 a.m. now, so I think we're going to wrap up our interview with John and Petey. John, it's so nice of you. You had literally no notice of this, but you came on to do our first, I think it's our first late night Meet the Viewer. And again, people, if they want to reach you, your Twitter is at, I'm going to post it again in the chat, at, oops, it's the wrong one. Sorry, I have to look it up again. It is at JANPT208. Hold on, I'm going to read you some comments from people. By the way, first of all, I want to say thanks to Crypto King. Crypto King made a donation and said, thanks, this is the world's best mods and world's best stream. And great to meet you. Glad to meet you, John and Petey. Very nice.
Thank you, Crypto King.
Cindy Jones says, great meeting you guys. Excellent interview. Marzell says, thank you, John. Worm says, nice meeting you, John and Petey.
Marzell.
Worm says, nice meeting you, John and Petey. Sean says, thanks, J and P. I'm just reading you some different. Marzell says, thank you.
And hello to all the lurkers out there, too, as well.
Yeah, the lurkers. Callie Voltaire says, thanks. Bryce Haug says, nice to meet you. Shane D says, thanks for joining us. You'll be able to go back and read all the comments everybody said. I didn't get all of them.
Now, unfortunately, unless there's a way, since I'm talking to you personally now,
right.
Although it's going to be announced to everybody, unfortunately I wasn't able to follow through with my my Patreon this month.
Oh, well, if you have updates, you'll be in the chat again, so you can let people know when you're there. But at least
make this month's Patreon chat.
Oh, I thought you did.
I didn't. Nothing was.
Oh, well,
we'll talk about that.
I'll message you after about it.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out after. I'll message you after. I have to set up the date for it anyway, but I'll message you after about it.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that after.
No. It was nice meeting everybody this way, and yeah, I didn't mind the fact that it was last minute. It was just, hey, just do it.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure, and I thank you for coming on. It's great to see Petey as well. And
thank you.
And we will we'll in about 5 seconds. I'm guessing we'll see you in the chat.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, John and Petey. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
All right. Later. Bye.
Night, everybody.
Bye. All right. That was wonderful. That was John and Petey. It's very nice of him to come on with no notice. Yeah, Sean, I don't talk about the Patreon much. It's kind of like people find out about it. That was fun. Got to do another Meet the Viewer. And again, you can reach him on Twitter. But fun. Such a nice bunch of viewers. Michelle says he's wonderful. See, now you'll know when you see J.A. and Petey in the chat. J.A. and P, you'll know who he is. What's the channel? What the Patreon is under Agenda Free TV. Oh, there's a maybe you're asking about the Discord. The Discord link was just posted. Hang on a second here. Okay. Hey, it's getting late, guys. It's at 1:21 a.m. I think we've... Oh, yes, and meet the pet of the viewer. Meet the pet of the viewer. We did that, too, as Sabrina Twist said. Will Bruder is here. Z-Bulb is here. Hey, J.A.N.P. says the interview was fun. Yeah, those are fun to do. Well, guys, it's 1:21 a.m. I think we've done what we came to do tonight. We had an end of the weekend live stream. Oh, speaking of trains, I'm hearing the train horn out there right now. But I appreciate you guys all joining me tonight for this live stream. I'm sure we'll be covering more news soon. Callie Voltaire says, I'm so awake now. Well, it's only 10:22 where you are. Oh, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Oh, Sean supporting on Patreon. Thank you, Sean. That's very nice of you. Thanks so much. Key says don't go. Key says we're gonna start the next. I think the next time we do meet the viewer. We have all these viewers in the Netherlands. I want to do a meet the viewer with someone from the Netherlands. Key says, do you want to call in sometime on a future episode? Because people know you from the chat. Oh, we're getting a lot of train horns now. Hey, big thanks to our moderators. Let's thank them. Melissa McQueen, Sarah, staying up late with us. AJ's been there. Linda Belk, Lizzie. She says we can do a bilingual stream. Well, for you, you'll understand the second language. Yeah, Key says he'll call in sometime. But Worm is in Rhode Island. The Netherlands, Worm says. But we have a bunch of them there. Yeah, it was a great community here. So I really appreciated our moderators. And thanks to all you guys for watching and for lurking. For watching and lurking. He says the Dutch viewers could join in the chat, but then nobody knows what you're talking about. Let's see here. So thank you guys for coming by tonight. We had fun. We watched some of the football game tonight. We even did that too. We did some football watching tonight. People like Sammy Boy, Doe of Malibu, Sean TV, Callie Voltaire, Dolores Colbert, Breaker, Winter Night, Crypto King, Arizona Jumper, Key Says, Jean Ann, Michelle Lee, Cindy Jones, Tink, Zipper, Meth God, Winter Night, John A. and Petey. Thanks for calling in. That was fun. I appreciate that. Sabrina Twist, Dizzle Dog, Worm, Dolores, Will Bruder, Cat Wilson, Strange Reverend, Foe, Arizona Jumper. Oh, Havasu Mom came by too. It was good to see Havasu Mom. Again, thoughts with her family, condolences about her grandmother. Michelle Lee, thanks for watching. Key says Netherlands is #1 in the works for speaking English as a second language. I wish we could teach Steve Dutch. I'd love to learn another language. I'd love to learn a bunch of languages. Don't have the time right now, unfortunately. I'd love to, though. I wish I knew a bunch of other languages. Meth God, it says it's Gawd. Gawdd. Yes, natural end of the stream, Sean. Natural end of the stream. Neeby came by to say goodnight, too. So, fun time tonight. Appreciate everybody joining. A quick thanks to everybody who donated. Very kind of you guys. Queen of the South, Hetty Silovitz, Winter Knight, Tony Del Monte, Gringo Ernie, Fahrenheit 451, Barb Filer, Paulie, Sonic, Jake from State Farm, Callie Voltaire, Arizona Jumper, Crypto King. Thank you very much. And Sean for supporting on Patreon. Very kind of you guys. Thank you. Meth God, I don't understand the difference. I don't know what the difference is. Oh. He says he's just joking around. Lookner channel on Twitter. Exactly. As Nightbot says. Lookner channel on Twitter. Follow Lookner channel on Twitter. Oops, I can get rid of this here. I'll put myself back. Oh, thank you, Dolores Colbert, for the Bravo sticker. For the Bushiba Bravo sticker. That's very nice of you, Dolores. Thank you so much. Dolores Colbert, thank you. And Rob Van Roy over there in the Netherlands. He's another one of our Netherlands viewers. Maybe Rob will call in sometime. You never know. But thanks, Rob, for joining us from there as well. Bryce Haug liked the train stuff tonight. Yeah, we had some train talk tonight. Train talk. Have to check out those train channels. Darren Markley, thanks for watching. Oh, Meth God is a she. Okay. There you go. Awesome. Guys, we are wrapping it up. So thank you so much for coming by for this end of the weekend live stream. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, if it's still weekend where you are. And a good start to your week. And we'll be doing more streams very soon, as you know. Middle-aged Tesla, thank you for watching as well. Middle-aged Tesla. Sean says, go international. Well, I think, maybe if once the pandemic settles down, and I probably move in a few months, maybe once all that's done, I can think about taking a trip and doing some streams. That'd be fun. But that other stuff has to happen first. All right, guys. Okay, Leanne, thanks for watching too. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching our late stream. I'll shift to earlier. It's not going to be this late every night. It's 1:30 a.m. It's 1:30 a.m. We started so late. Winter Night, thank you for watching as well. Winter Night, thank you. All right, guys, thanks again to mods. Thanks to all you for watching. And that is it. And, Jen Madison, thanks for watching too. Jen says, thank you, Steve, mods, John, and Petey. All right, guys, that is it. Thanks for coming by. Sean TV, thanks for coming by. Ralphie Boy. Hey, Ralphie Boy came in from Cape Cod. Ralphie Boy always pops in at the end. He always pops in right at the end. Good to see you, Ralphie Boy. All right, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you very, very soon.